Hello everyone, welcome back to the next episode on Dreamscape Automotive. So as you can see, I'm wearing a jacket, which can only mean one thing. I'm back at the freezing cold Knockhill Racing Circuit. So we've pretty empty paddock right now, as you can see. There's not too many cars here. We've got the new tow rig behind us, the Q7. But I've got an exciting day ahead today. So I'm actually filming two cars today, but it's going to be split over two episodes. So you're going to see two things in today's video. I will do two separate intros for the videos just so we don't get mixed up. So the first thing that I'm filming is a really exciting Toyota Starlet Glanza, and it's actually a heavily modified one. This is going to be another episode of exposing Scotland's track weapons. If anybody's seen the video of us going to Donington racetrack, and I was just sitting in the van on the motorway and this yellow car came past on a trailer and I was like filming it. Basically that guy seen that video, commented on it, we've been chatting, and now we've got a full feature booked in for the morning session at Knockhill today. So it just shows you the power of social media. So I'll get into all the details of the car as soon as he arrives. I'm hoping to catch him unloading his trailer as soon as he gets here. But this is another episode of exposing Scotland's track weapons, and it is a sick, highly modified Toyota Starlet. And what better than that, a bright yellow one. So if you're enjoying everything on Dreamscape, hit like, hit subscribe, and spend another full day at Knockhill with us here. Right team, so as I mentioned in the intro, so this morning at the morning session is going to be all about this Toyota Starlet that I've got here behind me. So it's quite loud and he's already started up to start getting it warmed up. So as in the normal format of these videos about exposing Scotland's track weapons, what I'm going to do is we're going to let him get unloaded. We're going to get some scenic shots of the car, some kind of cinematic ones in that. We'll get it unloaded and then I'll jump in the passenger seat. I'll go over all the spec list because trust me, it's massive. I've got it all on my phone here, not memorised it of course. So we'll go over all that. We'll talk a wee bit about the owner maybe, and then all importantly, strap into the passenger seat and we'll get out there. But the engine in this car isn't what you would expect. It's not the normal 1.3, but all will be revealed once I get in the car. So let's get some videos of this coming off the trailer. And I just want to say an early thanks to Gary. As you can see, he's got a bit of a setup here. We've managed to tie in, we've managed to put together this feature really quickly. So thanks very much for letting us in to your track build, because this has been going on for a long time. I'm excited for this one. Right, so you can see they're getting set up behind there. I just got all the cinematic shots. I hope you're enjoying this car as much as I am. Here's a fun fact, I actually used to own a Toyota Starlet Glanza when I was a young boy. I think I was 19 when I had it, and it was like a moonstone blue colour, and it was absolutely stunning. I'm so sad that I get rid of that, but I mean, how do I get angry about a decision I made like 12 years ago? So yeah, incredible car. A real blast for the past for me. And you'll notice as well, there's ECU Master stickers all over it. And you know who remaps with ECU Master in this country, don't you? It is Mac Motorsport. Marcin, the owner of that, my brother, well done. This is another sick car that you've been involved with. So yeah, gonna let the team get set up. Hope you've enjoyed those scenic shots. Yeah, I'm really excited to get into this car. I'm gonna capture as much as I can. As per usual, in these Exposing Scotland's Track Weapons videos, I'm gonna sit and I'm in the car, I'm gonna talk through the spec list of the car, right? Obviously I've got my coat on and stuff, so I'm not quite comfortable in this seat right now, but let's get the spec list talked through because this is mega. 1998 Toyota Starlet EP91, 2ZZGE engine from a Corolla T-Sport. So for you Jap guys, you will know what that is. 6-speed gearbox, custom drive shafts, custom engine mounts, torsion limited slip differential from an MR2, a stage 1 clutch, a lightened standard flywheel, a custom manifold and 2.5-inch exhaust, DBW, so drive-by-wire throttle and pedal, Cosworth thermal intake gasket, an ECU Master EMU black standalone ECU, shouts to Marcin from Mac Motorsport, custom engine wiring harness and mapped at Mac Motorsport. Incredible spec, by the way. Full respray and Honda Y56 yellow, so this is actually the same colour as the Civic Jordan, which is mad. A Tom's front bumper, cruise bonnet, custom vented front wings, Glanza rear bumper, side skirts and tailgate, full Perspex window kit. BC Racing BR Series coilovers, 10kg front, 8kg rear springs, Chase Bay's BST Master, cylinder and Wilwood reservoir. Yes, I'm still going. Corolla T-Sport front brake conversion, Vauxhall Mariva 280mm disc. See how random is that, but obviously it works. Frodo DS 2500 pads, which are obviously a popular choice. Glanza rear disc conversion, braided lines, brake bias valve, Gulf high temp brake fluid, white line front ARB, Powerflex rear axle bushes, Powerflex engine mounts, power steer and delete, OZ Racing F1 wheels, Yokohama Advan ADO8RS tyres, which are something that we are looking to invest in the future for the Mini, 25mm front and 15mm rear wheel spacers. I'm actually having to click the read more button on this spec, how mad is that? So ECU wise then, so ECU Master PMU 16, ECU Master ADU 7 dash, ECU Master 8 button switch panel and steering wheel. Let's just turn the camera around and see how neat this is in here. You'll have seen it from the kind of cinematic shots, but this guy's definitely got OCD. ECU Master CAN to USB interface, custom interior harness, deadweight Industries lightweight battery, full roll cage, as you can see, Multimec 320mm swed steering wheel, snap-off steering boss, alloy fuel tank, ATL anti-surge foam, Bosch inline pump, 38 micron inline fuel filter, FSE fuel pressure regulator, AN10 and AN6 braided Teflon fuel lines. Take a breath, right? That's us done with the spec list. So if you need to go back through that, then I appreciate why, because that is some spec list, but we are in a pretty serious build here. And do you know the best of this is? He's done this himself. I've been saying this is a Toyota Starlet Glanza, because that's what I thought it was from the get-go, but it was a rolling shell of a Starlet when he got it, and he's turned it into this. So let's just have a minute of appreciation for what this guy has done. And if this isn't an advert for the fact that he's a mechanic, then I don't know what is. I'm ready to enjoy this. Yeah, some buzz. Right, let's get into the action. And just while we're kind of kicking about waiting for things to kick off, this is probably a good time to give the shout out to the business that this guy runs as well. So you've got Motec Garage Services, obviously. Here's the address, phone number and everything. And look at the front of this. So you'd have seen that for the cinematic shots of the car, but this is why I like meeting these people, because if that Starlet is not an advert for the services of these places, it's the same as Mac Motorsport, like the Leon, the TCR Leon. I say this to Marcin that owns Mac Motorsport every time. That Leon is the best advert for your business. Like if you can build cars like that, yeah, so just another good example of why we need to keep exposing Scotland's track weapons, because yeah, let's take this one off. I always like to let people know that I'm switching onto the phone for the face shots and stuff like that, because some people ask me why the camera angle's different and why is the shot's different sometimes. So I've got all the GoPros set up inside the Starlet, so we'll get a look at where they are just now. and I'll be doing all of the face shots and everything with the phone from now on. I'm going to get loads of outside shots today as well, because I want to hear this going up the straight and stuff like that. We do have the Q7 with us, it's there, which means we can get around the back of Knockhill easier than what we used to be able to, because in my 45 I was like crawling round the back. So yeah, there's Liam as well, always here, camera crew, support crew, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, we've got as many kind of shots of the car round the back of the track as well, and he's on for the morning session, so we've got plenty of time. Right, so GoPro set up, right, so this guy does a lot of his own filming, so he's got camera setups as well. But our GoPro's in the front and one there. So theoretically, I've already checked the previews, so we get a good shot coming onto the driver in this area, and then that'll get the front shots. So that should be us absolutely sorted. So that's us kicking off. So what I'm going to do, as I do feel like the outside clips of the cars are lacking sometimes, I'm going to spend a bit of time with the car in the pit lane and in this kind of area here, and then I'm going to get around the back of the track and get some outside shots. I'll let him get the car warmed up and everything. Obviously it's, you know, sometimes having me in the car straight away isn't always the best thing, so I'll let him get the car warmed up, be happy with the car first, and then once he's on a more hot lap session, I'll jump in the car with him. So gonna get some paddock, pit lane, and then round the back of the track as well, as many clips as I can. Hey, obviously that clippy coming out the pit lane there, that is so loud, man. I don't even think I've heard one of those engines with a loud exhaust on it, but it's so loud. Tell you what, mate, the Q7's making light work. We're absolutely next bit. We're sprinting around the track to try and get.
Where's the off-road mode when we need it? This is well fun.
So historically, we had major issues. This bit had major issues trying to get round here because of the A45 to get videos, but we've got no problem now, man.
Nah, mate,
Big Q7 leaving a wake of dust. So for anyone that doesn't know, Knockhill's a bit of a hustle to get around and get all the clips. That Janetta's flying, so I can get as many clips of the car as I can. Normally we were like sloths trying to get around, but we're fast today. Go on, buddy. Right, come on. Next shot, next spot. Go, 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 go. Come on!
I mean, I still have some.
You're alright up here. Couple of reasons we bought a Jeep. One, we need to tow our own Mini, but two, we need to get places. We need to get places quick. This YouTube game isn't easy, this is a hustle. Now that we've got the outside clips done, I'm going to jump in and it's time for a passenger ride. So, next clips you're going to see will be the GoPros running in the car. I'm excited for this, let's go. That's us back after the first session. So the differences with this car, right, to what I'm used to, obviously the registration says it all, but it's at high lift. So it's high lift cams, obviously, so you can feel them coming in. You'll hear it in the video anyway, but 5,000 RPM, they come on and you can literally hear the difference in sound, and it travels all the way to over 8,000 RPM. I was watching him like, when's he going to change gear? And he's got a lot of use out of the gears, where the turbo cars that we've got kind of run out a puff at like 6.2, 6.3, so he's got a lot of rev range. He's hardly going down into second, he's using third, fourth a lot. Yeah, very, very good. So hope you enjoyed those inside clips. We will get out for one more session, it's not going to end there. He was starting to get more and more comfortable as the laps are going on, and the sun's shining, so the tyre temps are coming up. He's checking his tyre pressures right now. So cue the next clips, but yeah, brilliant first session.
It doesn't make any noise.
Absolutely. Oh, I know.
Well, the camera car is fair dirty. So, as I said, we're using this car to get round the track as quick as we can, and Liam's been enjoying himself, but it's pretty dirty. Is that pipe going to the back brakes? Aye, yeah. Aye. Just so I know what's what. so that'll be us then. So that was 2 full sessions, I think, counting over 20 laps anyway. So it's amazing, really. You can hear that high lift cam coming in, like you'll be able to hear it in the video, but when he's coming up onto the second to last corner before coming up the main straight, third gear, you're just waiting, and then vroom, and it comes in. Like, that's something that I don't have very much experience with. I'm mostly into turbo cars, etc., as you know, for the channel. But yeah, incredible. And again, another wee moment of appreciation for the Reggie. High lift, I like it. So I'm going to wrap up there with a few more wee cinematic shots of the car. But I just want to thank Gary, the owner of the car, and big shout out, because, you know, I just kind of invade people's privacy a little bit, coming in their cars and whatnot and getting these features done. So I just want to say a special thanks, and a big shout out to Motec Garage Services, everything that they're doing. Clearly a good advert for his business as well. So let's finish off this video with another few wee cinematic shots, as I said. But yeah, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this feature and this episode of Exposing Scotland's Track Weapons, hit like and hit subscribe. And there's another one coming very soon, an exciting one. See you then.
And I'm a wonder.